Hi students, we completed plant kingdom. So today let us study animal kingdom. Animal kingdom is divided into different phyla. But this classification is based on certain criteria. So let us first check on what basis animal kingdom is divided into different phyla. The first one is levels of organization. Levels of organization. Okay, here the animal kingdom includes multicellular animals. That means more than one cell is there. Okay, but in lower forms like sponges, these cells are not organized to form tissues. It is just a loose aggregation of cells. So that level of organization is known as cellular level of organization. Cellular level. The first level. In next higher group, in cylinderates, these cells are organized to form tissues. So it is known as tissue level of organization. The next level, these tissues organized to form organs. So it is known as organ level of organization. Next higher group, okay, there these organs organized to form organ system. So it is known as organ system level of organization. So there is a progression: cellular level, tissue level, organ level and organ system level. Okay, and if we examine the organ system, there are also some changes. Here in the case of digestive system, for example in Platyhelminthes, a single opening serves the function of both mouth and anus. Such type of digestive system is known as incomplete digestive system because there is a single opening which acts both mouth and anus. Whereas in higher forms, they have both mouth and anus. Separate openings are there. Such digestive system is known as complete digestive system. And the circulatory system is also like that. Two types of circulatory systems are there, open and closed. In open circulatory system, blood does not flow through closed blood vessels. Blood flows through open spaces and channels. That is why the tissues are bathed in the blood. That is open circulatory system. There is no blood vessels. But in closed circulatory system, blood flows through blood vessels, arteries, veins or capillaries. That is closed circulatory system. Okay. That is the first character. The second thing is based on the symmetry. Symmetry. Symmetry means arrangement of organs around an imaginary axis. And some organisms we can divide them into two equal right and left half through a median longitudinal plane. When we cut an organism through the median plane, through a single plane, and if we get two equal right and left half, such organisms are known as bilaterally symmetrical organisms. Bilateral symmetry. Okay? Bilateral symmetry. We comes under that category. Whereas, in the case of echinodermids, if we cut them into through any plane, we will get two equal halves. Any radial plane. So, that type of symmetry is known as radial symmetry. Radial symmetry. But there are certain organisms like sponges. We cannot divide them into two equal halves. They are known as asymmetrical. Okay. So, based on the symmetry, there are three different categories: bilaterally symmetrical, radially symmetrical and asymmetrical. Okay. Now the next one is based on the number of embryonic layers. There are two categories, diploblastic and triploblastic. Third one is number of embryonic layers. First one, diploblastic. Diplo, di means two. So diploblastic means they have two layers, outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. In between there is an undifferentiated layer of cells called mesoglia. Okay, it is not organized. So outer ectoderm and inner endoderm, that is diploblastic. And higher organisms, they have three germ layers, outer ectoderm, inner endoderm, and in between there is mesoderm also. Such organisms are known as triploblastic. So based on the number of embryonic germ layers, diploblastic and triploblastic. Here two layers, ectoderm and endoderm only, in between mesoglia. Here ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Now the next one is coelom. Coelom. Coelom means the body cavity present between the body wall and the gut wall, and it should be lined by mesoderm. Okay. And there are three types of organisms based on coelom. Some organisms possess a true body cavity and it is lined by mesoderm also. They are known as coelomate. Coelomate. Okay. Whereas in some category like Aschelminthus, they do not possess a true body cavity. Their mesoderm is in the form of patches. It is not lined properly. It appears like patches. So it is known as pseudocoelomate. Whereas in Platyhelminthes, this coelom is completely absent. They are known as acoelomate. Okay. So coelomate means they have a true coelom lined by mesoderm. Here the pseudocoelomate, mesoderm appears in patches, and acoelomate, the body cavity is absent. Okay. Next one, that is segmentation. Segmentation means body is externally and internally divided into many compartments, many segments. That is known as segmentation. For example, earthworm, it possesses segmentation, and this segmentation is known as metamerism. Okay. Body is divided externally and internally into different compartments. Next one, that is notochord. Notochord means a rod-like structure that passes through the dorsal side of the body. Okay, an organism which possesses notochord is known as chordates. Example, fishes, amphibia, reptilia, birds, mammals. All these comes under chordates. An organism which does not possess notochord is known as non-chordates. Porifera to echinodermata comes under non-chordates. These are the different categories on which the classification is done. Okay, levels of organization, symmetry, the number of embryonic germ layers, coelom, segmentation, and presence or absence of notochord. Okay, and the classification, which are the different phyla, that we can discuss in the next class. Thank you.